Hey everyone, we are back with some new stuff to try. I actually have all of these new goodies. I have never tried any of these products before, so let's get into it. I've been using this Heritage Store Rosewater and Glycerin Hydrating Facial Mist, and I've been absolutely loving it. We are going to try, this is the Lanolips, the original 101 Ointment Multipurpose Superbalm, 100% natural, 101 uses, and it says for extremely dry skin, lips, cuticles, elbows, and this is what it looks like. It's a sample. So we're just going to pop a little bit of this on and see what we think. So it looks like. It feels really nice. I actually probably put too much on. It feels a little thick. It feels very hydrating. Yeah, I definitely put too much on. Look how like white that is. So let me just take. Oh, weird. No, it's turning white. Interesting. Maybe I might just take some of it off because I don't really. Maybe I just put too much of it on. Let's try that again and just put like a little bit on. That seems better. And I can still feel it on my lips. So let's try that. I don't want white lips. Okay, we are gonna start with the Face Defender Mattifiant from Mally Beauty. It's an all-in-one skin solution. It says it's a lightweight balm, 100% invisible, 100% universal skin perfector, can be used anywhere in place of powder, minus the caking and white cast. You take the included sponge, tap it in the bouncy, silky formula, and pat it wherever you need it to instantly lock in your makeup and take away shine, all while blurring pores and fine lines. It says you can use it under makeup as a poreless primer or an all-over perfector on bare skin too. We're just going to use this under our makeup as a primer. The packaging is so pretty. It's this really pretty rose gold. Okay, so it comes with a little mirror and it comes with this little puff, and then this is what the product looks like. So let's just try it out. Okay, so I'm just gonna kind of tap it. Let's just try it. We're gonna try the T-zone area first. I mean, I definitely feel like it mattified. I'm going to use this with the foundation I usually use so I can kind of see, like I know how that foundation usually performs, so that way I can really like kind of test this out. And Rogue hair compared to others, it definitely has taken like all of the shine. All right, let's try the forehead. You can see like, I don't know if you can see like how shiny my forehead is because I just put that rose water spray on, so that really hydrates your skin a lot. I have really dry skin. Yeah, so you can see it definitely, like compared, it's a lot more glowy on this side, and it definitely did mattify it. So I just want to know, like, is it going to dry out my skin? Which I don't think it is supposed to. I think when I was reading that it was good for all skin types, so we shall see. I don't know that it has really blurred much of anything or done anything for my pores that I can see. I don't really see any kind of a difference as far as that goes. It doesn't feel like there's anything on my skin. It's not tacky or sticky. Like it just feels smooth, like kind of when a regular like mattifying primer dries. It just feels very smooth, but it doesn't feel like tacky or anything like that. Let's prime our eyes. Okay, so I have been using this Avierll eyeshadow primer. Just plop that on my eye. Use a brush like this to blend it out. Okay, so I did forget to curl my eyelashes, so I did just do that off camera. My favorite eyelash curler is the Tarte. It's by Tarte, and it looks like this. Okay, so for my eyes, and actually we're going to use this is a multi-purpose palette, so we're going to use it for my eyes, my eyebrows, and for part of my face as well. But it's by Danessa Myricks Beauty, and it's the Groundwork Defining Neutrals palette. It's definitely a pricier palette, but what I really like about this one is it actually has two formulas, and so it has every color that's in it, and I'll show you. There's a velvet pomade, and then there's also a shape and fix powder. So each one, this is what the palette looks like. It's really beautiful. And has a nice big mirror, but each color, it's all neutral color. Each color has a cream formula, which is the bigger one, and then it has like a matching powder formula. So yeah, let's try this out. Okay, so I'm going to first take the color Sandstone. I'm going to use the powder formula, and I'm just going to set that eye primer on my eyes. And I'm just using a big fluffy brush. Okay, so I'm going to take this smaller fluffy brush. This one's from Morphe M514, and I'm going to take that chiseled shade, which is actually the same color that I think I'm going to use for my contour. We're just going to take that, and we're going to just put a little bit in the crease as like a transition. They're very pigmented. And that's actually probably all I'm going to do. I'm going to take the same brush that I used for the lighter shade before, and I'm just going to kind of blend that out because I just want that to be really subtle. We're just going to do like a simple neutral look today. This is another fluffy brush, but it's a little bit flatter, and it's the Morphe M456. And I'm going to take this shade Harvest. And so far right now, I'm just using the powder. That's pretty. I am going to just take that first color chiseled one more time. I just want to kind of help blend in, making sure there's no harsh lines, and just adding a little bit more of that color to my crease. This is what we're going to use for our lids. This is the Evercolor Shadow Stick, also from Mally Beauty, and this is in the shade Golden Hour Shimmer. Sets in 45 seconds for a long-lasting finish that's bulletproof, smudge-proof, transfer-proof, and crease-proof too. So we're going to try this on our lids. Really pretty rose gold packaging, and I'll just swatch it real quick. This is what it looks like. It's just a really pretty shimmer shade. So we're just going to I'm just going to apply this directly to my lid, and then I'm going to probably use my finger to kind of blend it out a little bit, whereas it's a cream product. It's very subtle, and it's very pretty. And it does feel a little bit like sticky when I'm patting it. I'm just gonna see if I can build it up a little bit more. Sometimes with cream products, they get like a weird texture if you build them up, so I just want to see if I can build this up without that happening. And it looks like it's still blending out really nicely. Yeah, that actually looks pretty good. I like that. Okay, so I'm just going to take that same brush that had the darker color. It's right here in front of my face. That had the darker color. I'm not going to add any more product to it yet. I'm just going to go over the outer corner just to kind of blend that shimmer in and kind of get rid of any like lines separating the two. See how it kind of just blends. Okay, so now that I've done that side, I'm going to do the same thing over on the other side. The one thing I will say that I don't love is it's not as creamy as I thought it would be, and so it does kind of drag my eyelid a little bit as I'm putting it on. But I do like how simple it is to apply this and to blend it out. Like, it blends out really good. It's not like you put it on and it's stuck there, and it doesn't seem to get like a weird consistency. Although for some reason it's not building up in this one area very well. Yeah, it's kind of wanting to just come off. In that one area, and I'm not sure why. Maybe it's because I had too much product on my finger still. Yeah, my finger is like picking up the I don't know if you guys can see that, but it's like right here. It's just picking up the product. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna put it on, and then I'm gonna try to blend it with a brush and see if that works better. Interesting, I didn't have the same problem on the other side, but I'm just gonna take this flat brush from Morphe M166, and we're just gonna see if we can kind of use that instead of the finger to kind of blend it out without picking the product up. It does seem like that did a better job. Okay, so now I'm just going to take that dark brush again. You can see how kind of harsh of a line there is right there. So we're just going to get rid of that harsh line. Okay. So in looking closer, it is looking a little bit textury. That's probably not a word. I'm not sure if the camera can pick it up. And then the other thing too is, I don't know if you can see, but it's like my eyelids are kind of sticking a little bit right in the crease. I'm just wondering, once it sets, hopefully it won't feel sticky once it sets, but I did have to layer that side a little bit more than this side, so maybe that's why. So we will have to just test it out and kind of see, but it is kind of, I don't know if you can see, but it is kind of like defining my wrinkles a little bit right there. I don't tend to use cream products on my eyes for that very reason, but we will see how this wears and what we think of it. But we are going to start on my face. Okay, so I have been using the HD Flawless Foundation. You can get it from my friend Sarah Johnson. Her company is Simply Lotus, and I use the shade Extra Light Porcelain and Porcelain, and I kind of just mix them together because one is too light for me and one is too dark for me. So I do like one full pump of the Extra Light Porcelain, and then I do kind of like a half a pump of the Porcelain, and I just mix them together. So let's do that. Until it looks like that, and then I'm going to just plop it on my face. And then I'm going to grab, I love this brush so much. Don't hate me, they don't sell it anymore. But if it's the Morphe E54 brush, and it's just so good. And then I'm just gonna start kind of blending that out. I usually start with my nose. Kind of work my way around. This is a full coverage foundation, but it's very, like, you can definitely blend it out to be more of a medium, which is how I like it. But I do really like this foundation. It's a good one. Oh, that's right, I've never used this. It does feel different. It's almost kind of like not sticking, but I feel like it is holding the makeup on my skin better. That Mally Beauty, I forgot we're using a different primer than we usually use. It does feel like it's, and it definitely does feel like it's more mattifying than usual. So like I said, hopefully that doesn't mean it'll dry out my skin, but when I'm done doing this side, I'm just going to look at it a little closer and see in the mirror close up what I'm thinking. I mean, it definitely still is giving me, I would say, more of like a satin matte finish as opposed to a dewy or natural finish. I am noticing my forehead lines, which have been more pronounced lately as I'm aging anyway. But I'm trying to figure out, oh yeah, see you guys, it's already like creasing on this side. See how to like peel my lid down? Yeah, I don't like that. That side looks very textured, where I had to kind of layer a lot more on there. But so far, yeah, I do feel like you can see my forehead lines more, and it does almost feel a little bit like tighter. But let's do the rest of my face and we will see. I do feel like I'm getting better coverage maybe, because I do really feel like it's like, you know, holding that product, but I'm just not sure if it's going to be an okay product for my dry skin, but we will see as I wear it. I definitely don't want anything that's going to exaggerate lines. We don't need help with that, folks. Okay, and I'm just going to use like the little bit that's left. I'm just going to kind of put it on my neck and drag it down. And then if there's anything like left on my hand, I usually just take my brush and kind of grab it. But I just like to do that to kind of just make sure that everything really is blended. And then after I do that, I then grab my Beauty Blender and I actually, kind of a trick I learned a long time ago, I like my Beauty Blenders to be damp when I use them and also warm. I feel like it helps to kind of like really melt the makeup into my skin. And so I put it in a bottle warmer and it makes it like nice and warm and damp. And then I just use it on my skin. I like to do this so that it kind of blends everything in and gives you that like airbrushed finish, but also I feel like it just kind of takes a little bit of the excess product off so that it's not like so much on my skin. As I'm getting older and as I'm getting more lines on my skin, the less product the better. So I like to have as little product as possible to achieve what I'm going for. I'm a lot more comfortable in my own skin now than I used to be. I used to feel like I needed like full coverage all the time, and cover like any kind of imperfections. But as I'm getting older, I'm just kind of learning to feel more comfortable in my own skin. So I'm realizing that I don't need to cover up as much as I always thought I needed to before. Yeah, that eyeshadow is really bugging me, you guys, so I'm gonna use my finger in a minute and hopefully see if I can blend it out a little bit where it's creasing. So let's try that. Take that brush and see if that does. Yeah, I just don't know if I'm loving that formula. It just looks very, like, almost kind of patchy and textury on that side, and then on this side I can already see it kind of settling into my lines a little bit. And I just don't like the feeling of it on this side. It just feels sticky. Okay, we are going to try the next